Hi guys, it's Rachel here, and I am just here to show you some new, they're called, well, I was talking to my sister, I'm going to call them journal starter kits. She helped me with ideas of what to put in them, and one of the reasons I decided to do these was because I would get a lot of requests about antique book covers, I want to say. And so I have quite a lot. Funny. And I'll never be able to fill them all in my lifetime. So I've accumulated quite a lot of them. Sometimes I bought them just the covers because they're nice. And some of them have been ones that I have emptied. And so thinking I was going to do something with them, and then I never did. So I have a lot, and as I said, and so I've made quite a few kits. Now, these are just examples. As you can see, first disclaimer is that the book covers will be all of different sizes and in different states of disrepair or repair, shall we say. So when I list them, I'm not going to measure all of the sizes. I will have them as small, and when I say small, it'll be this one or the one I'm going to actually show you what's inside. This to me is a bit larger, so I'll call that large. That's a small, and then I've got another one over here. Just a minute. That's out of its packet, and that one is a large as well. It's a bit larger than the other large, so that one's quite large there. And then of course I'll have some will have big spines, some have small spines. They all cost the same. They all cost me the same. But yeah, some will have big spines, some will have small spines. And so the ones with the small spines, obviously the covers are really nice. So I would take that spine off and build a new spine, like do a soft spine with some slow stitching or rebuild. There's so many tutorials out there, but I was thinking I'll probably prepare some videos over the next week, because I've got quite a lot of broken books that have really broken spine, like they've come apart. So I thought we might muck around. I don't know when I'll post the videos, but we'll muck around and put those together. And I need this just to show, because my last bundle doesn't have one of those. I need to make it. So I will have already put these in my shop. I put everything new in my shop maybe a day before, or yeah, maybe the night before or the day before I'm actually going to post the video, if I'm going to post a video. Sometimes I just put things in my shop and don't post a video because they go like really quickly. Thank you everybody. And so I like to give people a chance to be able to purchase them if they're, keeping an eye on my shop. So those are just examples of what they look like. And then I'll just show you, now I'll just show you one, what you sort of thing. Now, obviously every single one is going to be slightly different to the other one, because, the pieces vary. So they're not all exactly the same. So we'll start at the bottom. I'm going to start here. This is where I'm going to start. So hopefully you can see. So there's going to be a variety of pages that could be included in a journal as pages. Okay, but there's no tea-dyed paper, there's no graph paper, all of those sorts, no big scrapbooking paper or anything like that. Although I might do that in the future, because I have lots of nice stamperia paper, and I've probably got too many bits. I might franken them or something and then include those in there or something like that, do some nice combinations, or I don't know, that might be in the next round. But in this round, there's just fun vintage. Most of these are vintage. A couple of them might be antique. When I say vintage, some of them are like from the 50s, 70s, 60s, so it's still old. But yeah, just to put in as pages. So one of the things I've been hoarding for a long time is this type. It's from a university thing. It was from 1970. And I love the type on it. And someone's been studying on that. So you get a page of that. And they're big pages. Some of the books are small. So like you could rip that in half and you've got 2 pages out of it. And definitely that one as well. And then there's a ledger. Now some of the ledger is written. This is a beautiful, you could scan that in and keep that to write on. and some of it's not written. It's just whatever comes out. Then there's these really cool art pages, and I love these because I always end up giving them away to everybody. But they'd be, I mean, that could be cut there and that could be folded in the center of a signature, so you've got the image. Or otherwise you can take the little pieces and use them to decorate.
Can I see my drawing?
Oh, Lily's doing her architect. They're learning perspective. Look at that. So they've got their focal point there, the punto di fuga it's called. It's like where the focal point where it disappears into the distance. And then, yeah, I was so used to seeing all of this with your dad when he used to do his university drawings. And then they've got to put the people in there to show the proportions.
Mine are not very great, but it's difficult.
She's got big lips. Yeah. Oh, that's amazing, Lulu.
Thank you. Took me enough
really
time.
Cool.
This is like the third time that I've done it.
Oh, cool. Well, yeah, that's what architecture is when you're doing the hand drawing. You have to always redo it. So, yeah, you'll get these pages, and they can be made into journal cards. You could cut that out and fold it in half and make a little journal booklet. They're just fun images to use, and Italian, of course. And then just some different sized, 3 different sized straw papers. This one has a book plate in it. I don't know where it's vintage. I don't know where I got it from. I think I got it inside a book or something like that. But that's that particular one. Something else, another package will have something else in it, because I had some random pages. And then you'll get an art page. Now these actually come off, these ones. So this is already folded. So if you've got a big book, you could slip it in a big book, but I would actually probably take that off and use it somewhere, but that's up to you. And then you've got, this is quite thick. It's like cardstock. I've got 3 of these books. I kept buying them because they're cheeky. They put different covers on them, and I kept thinking it was a different book and it was the same. And I probably won't use 3, so I thought I'd share some of it, some of the botanicals, and then a wonderful map in there as well. And I love the maps. Okay, so that's that part of it. And then we get, what have I got here? Oh, a yummy, what's it called? Tracing paper. These are my own antique books that I have, and I've done all different ones. I couldn't stick and just print one type. They're all different, so you'll get some, you might not get that one, but you might get another one. But they're all, I chose all the pretty pages. And then the next thing I'm really excited about, I managed to get a whole bundle of, and I hadn't had this sort of thing before, but I've now got a big box of it, which I'm going to be sharing slowly, are these vintage, and some are antique, some are vintage, receipts and invoices and postcards and envelopes and that sort of thing. So some will have an envelope even with a letter in, some don't. This one's got a postcard from I don't know if it's 33 or 35. This is 1954. This one is 19 something. I can't read it. I can't see that. It's from Florence. Oh, Maradi. Comune di Maradi. Who was from Maradi? Can't remember. Famous painter was. Can't remember which one. And then this one is another sort of, oh, it's an approval for something. There. And then this is some sort of, it's sort of some sort of analysis of a farm, 1927. Here there's written, it's from this family, Luigi Vacca, and it's, there's glass vases, cork tops, oh, something tied up with string and seal of something. Yeah, really interesting. So there's a bundle of those, and there's 5 pieces, and they've been hand stitched together. And then, I'm getting lost looking at things, aren't I? Then there's going to be 3 big pieces. Woohoo! 3 big pieces of Florentine paper, because I've been able to get some. And because we're allowed to move about, so we've had a day trip. And yep, so I've got 3. These types I've had before, and this one I haven't had before. It's very pretty. But I think I cut up 5 different types. So 5 or 6, so that might vary from these 3. Okay, and then just some random, these are very old book pages, very early 1800s, like first decade, and you can tell by the beautiful paper. and then just some random bits and pieces to play with. Just fun for collage and that sort of thing. And then I included a collage, one of the collages that I've done here. And they can vary in size. They can be like this. I just cut them in a very random way. I can't help myself. And then I'm just going to show you all the paper stuff first. And then we have, now this is a straw paper cardstock. They were manila folders, and but they were colorful ones. So there's like an aqua blue, this blue, and I think the straw paper color, but it's more like a cardstock, and I embossed it. And then some of them still, I left the flaps on. The ones that have the flaps, I left it on, so that way it could instantly be glued down or stitched, and you've got a flippy tucky sort of thing if you want. So that's that. And yep, they don't all have the flaps, just so you know. And then here we have these envelopes that you've seen me use. I've use that in my envelope journal that I'm doing. I love those envelopes. I got those on Amazon, and they're a cream color with the brown inside. And then I love these manila sort of envelopes. I use those a lot. And this is just an Italian, some sort of accounting card. I don't know what it's for, but I really like them, so I bought them. So I thought I'd give you one of those. And then these little envelopes that I like using, or little coin envelopes, they sort of are in there, in craft paper. And everyone's going to get, they're all different, a wonderful postcard. These are from the early 1900s, I saw, because some of them have writing on, some of them don't, but they're early 1900s. I'd say the first, a lot of them were like 1900 something or 1913s, and some were 1920s that I read the back. So I think that's about the time period for those. And then there's a little glassine bag here, and it's got goodies in for decorating. So of course I had to put one of my beautiful laundry labels. I love those, and you know I love putting those on covers. And then I've got 2 stamped, and I like to put this sort of thing on journal covers. And I love the Paris. I know it's not Italian, but I love that stamp. It's one of my favorites. It's made by Cavallini. Anyway, so then a couple of tickets here. There's 6 Italian stamps, which I absolutely love. I've been collecting them because they're really hard to come by. Like it's very hard to find packets of stamps. So I've managed to find some. So I try to include them in this sort of thing because they're really lovely. And I love the colors. Like this is one of my favorites. Love that color especially as well. I did some whale tail punches as well. I thought I'd include a few of those. There's 5. So they're all different. They'll all vary depending on the scrapbooking paper that I cut them from. And then a few fun little things for collaging. And then this is also a Florentine paper that I cut up that has some of the, and those are like medieval sort of floral, botanical sort of illustrations. So they're all in the bag. There's lots of little bits to play with. You can thank my sister for that, because she's like, you've got to have a bag of goodies. I'm like, oh, okay. What will I do? It was more like, what will I do than, now I want more stuff to put in so I can do more bags of goodies, because bags of goodies are fun. So that's those. I don't want to lose any bits. I'll just put those in there. And that's just going to tuck in there. And then we'll go to the journal cover. So this particular journal, this is really old, this one. I love it. It's beautiful bottle green, 1841. So you'll get a few original pages in there. There's one that doesn't have its original pages. It might be a cover that I just bought without it. And this one's breaking. So I would repair this. I would put some book binders tape. You need to take the pages out. Some book binders tape, or yeah, I'd put the tape and then I'd put fabric over that, and then I would put I'd maybe put some lace or some fabric there as well. Or you could tape it and then cover it with some fabric and lace, but not cover all of the spine. So that's one with a big spine, that one. So you wouldn't need to adjust that. You can make a nice thick journal with that one. But as I said, some of them do have small spines. Okay, and that's a small book. The price is going to be the same whether they're big or small. I just thought I might, in the listing, give you the option. Some people like to work in a big journal. Some people like to work in a small journal. So you just have the option of whether you want a larger format. And the larger format could be from here up to here, I think. and then the smaller format might be from here sort of down. I'll try to count how many I've got of each one, and then work it out. And then we've got this. I love these. These have these are like all book covers that they're from the 1960s, but they're in this lovely sort of aged sort of paper, and I didn't want to throw them out, and so I thought they'd be great just to put one of these little fabric bundles. So a nice piece of lace, some hemp. This is an antique French fabric, a little embroidery. This one's been stitched in the wrong way, and rust stamped antique hemp. And then that's just a new fabric, but I love that one. I don't think it's even available anymore. It's a Tilda fabric. And then just little bits and pieces to use for, you know, to make clusters and that sort of thing. So that's that. And then we get to this. I made one of these for every single one. It's a scanned copy of my antique books, you know, from the kits that you guys all have already, most of you. And then I've made them into a double pocket. I didn't make it into a 3-1 because I didn't want to make it too bulky. And then it's just got little things, fun things to play with in it. So they could vary because I did run out. Like, I didn't run out, but I just had to, you know, move on to different ones. So they're just fun little silly things to play with. Oh, there's another page in there. I'll just leave that in. It's got graph paper and typo on it. And then just a few bits and pieces of what's it called? Florentine paper for collage work. So that is it. That is the kit that will be in my shop. I won't post this video until it's in my shop. I've taken the photographs, but there's quite a lot in there. So this actual envelope is not with this kit. It's with the other one, but it doesn't matter. I'm not, besides choosing a bigger book cover or a smaller book cover, and that's not the spine, that's intending the size. That's all. That's the only, you'll have that option in the listing. Nothing else can be chosen because it will be too hard for me to monitor that. So I hope you like those. Actually, that should go on top. It was a lot of fun putting them together. It took a while thinking about it, pulling things out and making the different things and everything. But I hope you enjoy them. It's a good starter kit, especially for people who, you know, just starting out and gathering things. And yeah, so I hope you enjoyed that, and I will see you again soon. Bye.